Quick mic check. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, go ahead and just put it in the comments. Sounds good. Thank you, Joe. Happy Thursday, adventurers. Time for another closet talk. I want to thank everybody for getting in here again on this happy Thursday. And guys, we had a premiere earlier. If you missed it, go back and watch it. It was a magical adventure with me and my daughter. Probably get mentioned during this podcast, I'm sure, but y'all need to go back and watch it. It's pretty awesome. We had an awesome time, and it's definitely going to be one that we were both going to remember for a while, probably the rest of our lives. Anyways, guys, without further ado, I'm going to bring a fellow adventurer. He's also a content creator. Y'all probably know him. He's a lot more famous than I am. He probably adventures more than I do, too, which is, I mean, hopefully one day I can be like him and get around a little bit better. But, guys, without further ado, we're going to bring him on here and let him introduce himself, tell him about himself a little bit, and we'll get things started.
Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm trying to mess with this microphone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Alrighty, good deal. Yeah, I was trying to get a little headset set up here, and for some reason it was coming through on my computer, but it wasn't coming through in my headset. Yeah, so hey guys, I saw Joe Loop and Fancy Nancy are in here. I can see them up on the comment section there. But you guys know me, but maybe nobody else does. But I'm Tony with Random Adventures 2.0, and that's me.
Okay, so you just said Random Adventures 2.0. Where did you get the name, and was there a 1.0?
So there was never a 1.0. It was always just Random Adventures. When I first started, so that was back in March of 21, started the channel, and it was just called Random Adventures. And, you know, my family subscribed. You know, I had like 6 subscribers. And I would tell people about it, but nobody could find me. I couldn't even find me when I'd look me up on TV, on the channel and stuff. And so after a little while, I thought, you know, maybe I'll just add a 2.0 on there and see if that works. And so I added it, and then people could start finding me. At least I could find me. But I did have one guy that was outside of the family. He was a coworker, and I said, hey, he was asking me what my channel was, and I think he went out, and I don't know how he found me when it was just Random Adventures, but I noticed I had 7 subscribers after work, and he must have gone out in the parking lot and subbed right away. Yeah.
Oh man, sounds cool, man. Yeah. So Mr. Rich says he said he missed you at Spring Waha. Yeah, man, we missed you. I was looking for you. He's down south adventuring.
I did. I went down to Alabama. It was the same weekend or real close to it. And I went down there to film with Camping with Champion because he had a company that reached out to him with the hypershell, the exoskeleton. And he told them to send him 2. And if he sent him 2, I would use one as well, because you know I have trouble hiking with that leg. Well, actually, I have a lot of trouble with that leg, the stroke side from back in 2022. So I went down there to film with him, and he needed to get that video made for them. So I took the drive down there and did that with him. And it was right for that one, Maha, and also North Carolina hammock hangers that I usually go to as well.
Yeah, I didn't. I missed that one. They seem to be having quite a few of them. I'm going to try to make theirs in the fall. I think it's the fall back hang, the back time, fall time when the time goes back.
Yeah,
fall back or something like that.
It's probably fall back. I think last year was the first one that they did in the fall. Um, like the Palmetto group and everybody comes over and stuff. But Moose Man, he has that one down there, James Grady and stuff. It's usually always in the spring, but they had the first one in the fall. So it was nice. It's always nice there in North Carolina. Every time I've been in the spring, and then did the one last fall, it was really, really nice. It's actually the same place that Mr. Beast filmed his airplane crash video. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but they made a crane for the airplane. They had to get a crane back to this open field, and it's all swamp around it. But they paid to build the road so they could get the crane back. They bought an airplane, took it up on the crane, and dropped it for like a 3-second clip in the video. But because they did that, it gave access to that whole area. And they just the owner of it developed it more into more sites and stuff. So he's been doing a lot of work down there.
Yeah, I'll have to get down there and check that one out. So you said Random Adventures, the 2.0. So you want to tell me a little bit more about your channel? I know you do a lot of different things, man. A lot of different types of stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of evolved over the years. When I first started, I was just doing, hiking to like a waterfall, things like that. It was a little bit of hiking and stuff. I never did overnights or anything. I was just kind of getting into it. And then I started doing, finding out about the Appalachian Trail. So then my wife and I became trail angels, and talking to through hikers that were coming up from Georgia all the way to Katahdin. But we're at like the halfway point. So I did some videos, just on the trail overlooks and stuff. And then add gold panning. So I was doing some gold prospecting as part of my channel that first year. And then it was the 1 year anniversary of my YouTube channel. I hit 500 subscribers on March 24th. And I was like, woohoo! Went to work, had a major stroke, lost all movement on the right side. My idea and plan was to eventually hike the Appalachian Trail. But that kind of was set back on the back burner. And so then right before the stroke, I had gotten a hammock because I wanted to add camping or overnighting to the channel. And just after the stroke, that was the easiest way to get back out there. And, getting down on the ground was kind of tough, but I had just added that to the channel about 3 months before the stroke. So now, since then, I've added car camping, hammock camping, stealth camping, all kinds of camping. Not so much tent camping. I did a couple, but I'm a tree dweller, so rather than a ground dweller.
Talking about trips, what's your probably your most memorable one?
Ooh, well, recent would be the old train trestle bridge that I found. That was last Thursday's video out in Arizona. I was coming down from from Superior, Arizona, going a back way, and there's a bio lab out in that area that I was going to check out, but just kind of looking for stuff. Coming down through the Copper Valley, a lot of copper mines, and it's like one of the largest open pit mines. So came down through there, and I just happened to look to the right and saw this old train trestle bridge, wooden train trestle, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go check that out, see if I can get to it. So drove a little bit back in there and found a way that I could get to it. Then came out and met a guy, talked to him, and he says, yeah, you can get in there easier going a different way. So he told me about a wash, and then told me that there was a movie film there, an old Hollywood movie with Charlton Heston. So I'm like, I definitely got to hang on this. So that was the most memorable one as of late. But every camp, every time you can get outside is memorable. It's It really is.
That's what we all love doing this for, just getting outside and, everything. When you get out there, it's just a different, turns you into a different person, especially that's what my family says. They say, when you're out there, you're just different. I'm like, well, I'm kind of in my element.
Yeah, they call it nature bathing. There is an old Chinese or Japanese saying about it, but just getting back into nature and allowing nature to, calm you. It has so many benefits, but some people, there's a term for it. I don't remember what it is, but I know like a smaller term, it's called nature bathing. And I've experienced it many times. I was going out before the stroke. Every time that I got out in the woods, sometimes I just go sit out there. Just in pretty much within 5-10 minutes, every stress you ever had kind of just dissipates as the forest comes alive. Yeah,
Yes.
there's something to it.
Yes.
Something to it.
100%, man. You can't stress it enough right there.
No,
So,
and one of the biggest things is that just having that knowledge that there is so many, especially the younger generation, that's never experienced anything like that. A lot of people are afraid to go outside, afraid to go do something different. Just the world can be scary. The woods can be scary to some, but it's easily overcome. That's why the hangs are so nice. It gets people that generally are afraid to go or just unsure about it, get to go do something because you're in the community. And believe it or not, you find out a lot of people maybe had the same trepidations before that.
yes. The hangs that's one of the things I love, getting out there and meeting people. I think actually the first time I met you was Fall Mall Hall, probably 2 years ago. I think now it'll be
Yes.
This will be
2 years ago. I think that was one of the spring ones, I believe.
Yes, it was Spring Mall Hall, the last Caledonia one.
Yes.
That's when you when I was talking with you about your diet and everything that you went to after the stroke and all that, and
right. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. When I seen you take that stick of butter and just put butter straight in your coffee, I hadn't seen that before. But there ain't much difference between butter and cream, I guess.
No, it all comes from the same place. But yeah, in the one video, what was it, maybe 2 years ago, I did a highway camp, and for breakfast in the morning, it was still cold out, so the butter was nice and hard. I said, "All right, so we're gonna have breakfast." I was making my coffee, but I also just ate a stick of butter in that video. That was my breakfast.
Bet you that helps everything come out better.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's not like you think. It's not like, it doesn't get explosive, in other words. Yeah, fat becomes your energy, so your whole gut changes. But I'm at 761 days as of today.
That's a long time of eating nothing but what you say? It's fish, chicken, beef, and
yeah. Mainly beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I do fish every once in a while. Like I'll eat a can of sardines. But as far as chicken, maybe once a month I'll have some chicken thighs. But mainly it's just in the beef realm.
What about I'm a deer man. You eat any venison?
Oh yeah. My daughter and son-in-law do a lot of hunting and stuff. I've had bear, deer. Bear, you don't really have to add fat, but if I'm eating deer because it's so lean, I got to add some source of fat to it.
Yeah, that's when we get when we get our deer process. That's what I get pork fat added with mine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Yum.
So carnivore, what's your favorite? What's your go-to?
Well, I love ribeye. Yeah, so that's one. But mainly, I get a lot of hamburger. So I'll throw a hamburger. I love doing a chuck roast too. I take it and put it in a. You got to try this sometime. Just take a chuck roast, maybe 4 to 6 pounds, put it in roasting pan with the lid, but don't put any water, nothing in with it. Just one stick of butter, smash it on the top of it, sprinkle a bunch of salt on there. Now, I use Malden's flake salt, or you could use a Himalayan, but cover it with salt and stick it in the oven for about 8 hours at 275 for about 8 hours. It just falls apart. It's amazing. So what I do is I stick that in the refrigerator once I get it all shredded up. And then say for breakfast, I might take a huge tablespoon, like a couple big clumps, throw it in a pan, heat it back up, and it's all, you got all the white tallow, which then is all the fat you want. Let it heat up, back up a little bit, crack about 3 or 4, 5, 6 eggs. It depends. Scramble that all up, and it's an amazing power bowl for breakfast. And I do eat cheese too, so I'll throw a slice of cheese or 2 in there.
So you're talking about language right there: meat, eggs, cheese. I could eat. I could probably. I'm the person. You'll open the cheese bag and I just grab the handfuls of cheese and just eat it.
Oh yeah. Anytime I do eat cheese, I want to make sure that I've got enough protein with it too.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of learn your body after a while. But if I eat that chuck roast, and I'll just eat it, just a plate of it with a piece of cheese, I might be good for 24 hours, not hungry again, not even think about food. So that one really fills you up.
So yeah, we talked about this before. You talked about it quite a bit. Like being carnivore, you may go, a day or 2 without eating sometimes.
Yeah,
stay full.
Yeah, all the food noise goes away. Yeah. How a lot of people, you're around people and they're like, especially at work, they're like, what are we going to do for lunch? Because you already ate breakfast at home, but next thing you know, everybody's, it's 10 o'clock and, where are we going for lunch today at 1 or 12 or whenever? Then as soon as you eat that, you get home and you're just like, oh man, what are we having for dinner? All of that goes away. And I remember, before I went carnivore, walking into a pump gas, going to the store for a minute. And then before you know it, I'm not really hungry, but I'm passing by a couple candy bars and going, I need me a pick-me-up. Next thing you know, I got 2 Snickers bars, right? And coffee. Coffee, I definitely have coffee.
Yeah, that's my biggest downfall is the sugar. I probably need to lay off of it, but I can't. I'm a hiker at heart. I like hiker trash.
Yeah, well, I was type 2 diabetic, so I had a very high A1C even before the stroke. I mainly found out after the stroke that was one of the causes. It was like A1C of 13.1, which is a half marathon, if anybody's wondering. But it was very high, and even going through 2.5 years of stroke recovery, I was medicated and stuff like that for the diabetes, but it was always very confusing for me. But I would take once a week diabetic shot and a daily pill. And when I went carnivore, I checked my blood like 3 days later, and I was like, what? I got scared. It's because it was so low. So I was supposed to take my once a week shot, and I went, I don't know. But 8 weeks later, I knew I had a blood test coming, and walked into the doctor's, and she goes, oh my gosh, you're doing amazing. And I said, really? I said, what's my A1C? And she goes, it was 11.8 with medications and stuff. And she goes, it's 7.1. Oh, we got everything dialed in. And I was like, well, I haven't taken my shot in 8 weeks. I haven't taken any of my pills in 7 weeks. And her jaw dropped. So yeah, it's been an ongoing thing with the doctor. I get my blood taken every 3 months, but doing very good with it.
That's great. That's definitely probably a diet I could probably do. I'm not going to lie. My wife probably wouldn't like it because all the meat you got to buy.
Well, believe it or not, yeah. If you're So Lisa's not 100% carnivore. She likes potatoes. She likes, some other stuff. And but, still eats pasta and stuff. But she's very conscious of what she does. She is training for a marathon right now, too. So that makes it, she would need all those carbs for her training. But it's actually cheaper than you think, because I tell people, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's so expensive to go carnivore." I said, "Well, if you and I both go into the grocery store and you're regular shopping and I'm carnivore shopping, you cruise the store, I go right for the meat counter." And so when we both get back to if you go to the meat counter, you're like, I don't know if I can get that meat. That cut is just a little expensive because your cart's got all the other stuff in it. Me, I walk up and go, "Oh, looks like a good cut of meat," but a lot of fat in it, and I don't really concerned with the price. And I get to the counter, and my food budget's actually gone way down compared to what it used to be. Yeah.
And everybody in the comments here talking about ribeye diet, something they could definitely do. We got everybody
Right.
here. Everybody's like, I love the ribeye. And then Rich is like, the only downfall he would be is he wants a load of baked potato with his.
There you go. Well, I do a load of baked potato. I just don't use the potato. I do everything else: the sour cream, the cheese, and the bacon. Yeah.
I was going to say you can make about a cheese ball with that.
Yeah.
So cheese, can you still eat like cream cheese and stuff?
Yeah, I do cream cheese. Not all the time, but sometimes I'll mix that with my eggs just to get them a little creamier. Yeah, I do cream cheese. I'll do sour cream. But I'm limited on how much I add. It's not like, a little bit of meat and then everything else. What's really good is, so you're making hamburger like you would for a chili. I get it chunky though, make it, big chunks, but make it like you're doing a spaghetti sauce, meat sauce. And then once you got it all cooked, you take a whole stick of cream cheese, throw it right in there and let it melt and stir it up. And that is a really delicious way to eat ground beef. Just ground beef and cream cheese is all it is, but it's very good. Yeah. Yum.
Make me think. Have that and then throw you some salsa in there and some more cheese. And I know you can't use the tortilla. I know you can't use the tortilla chips, but I definitely use the tortilla chips.
Yeah. So what I eat that with sometimes is I'll take pork rinds, because pork rinds are amazing. They're all protein, zero fat. But I'll use those and I'll scoop up stuff like that. I've already mixed crab meat with cream cheese, heated up the cream cheese, dumped in crab meat and a little Old Bay, and then did crab dip and eat it with pork rinds. So I've done that.
Give that a try.
Yeah, it's a lot more variety. People think it's just meat.
I guess you can probably use the cheese crisp as well, couldn't you? Probably use cheese crisp.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, just especially the Parmesan ones. The harder your cheese, the better it is for you. It doesn't throw numbers around. But my A1C's very, very consistent, and I have no spikes throughout the day or nothing. So I'm pretty steady. But I just do water and coffee, and I do heavy whipping cream in my coffee. Sometimes
I like heavy whipping cream, so I put it in my coffee. I ain't gonna lie. Do that with some stevia and a little bit of the syrup.
Okay.
A little bit of zero sugar syrup. That's how I do my coffee. Every now and then I'll do an iced coffee as well, but not until it gets too hot.
Right.
Okay, man. Switch it up here a little bit. I want to talk a little bit of gear. I'm a gearhead. Sure. I don't know if you are, but what's your favorite piece of gear that you take with you on every adventure, and it's always going to be with you no matter what?
Okay, favorite piece of gear is it's going to be my hammock. It's my go-to because it's my whole sleep system. But that one's got to be on everyone. But really, my gear changes. I don't take the same thing every time. It depends on the adventure.
Gotcha. Do you always
Yeah.
keep your hammock in the car just in case?
Yeah, I usually have my car is loaded with just different stuff, but sometimes that changes as well. But yeah, it's well, if we're talking small gear, it's going to be my headlamp. So yeah, that's as far as small gear goes, and usually my Leatherman that I have. Yeah.
I go. I like my chair and my table. I'm a
Okay.
comfort. I do a lot of backpacking, so when I have my stuff
Yeah.
out there, I'm not the type that wants to sit down on the ground, and I don't like being on the ground. I'm like you. I'm a hammock camper, and I know if I don't need to, if I don't have to, I can get away with not bringing the chair because I can sit in the hammock. But then again, if I know I'm gonna be with people, if I'm gonna have a fire, I'm bringing the chair because I definitely want to sit near the fire.
Yeah, yeah. I used to always take a chair with me. One of the ones that just fold out. I've kind of got away from that because I got one of those. I think it's a GSC. You just pull it out of the bag, and it's a stool, just three-legged stool. So I usually take that if I'm going to go over to a fire. But if I've got the hammock, I'm sitting in the hammock usually. Because I'm not with people, I'm just filming. So if I'm going to be with people, I try to take my that tripod chair.
Yeah, I've got a stool, I guess you would say too, and that definitely would. If I ain't bringing the chair, I'm probably gonna bring that with me because, like I said, I don't like sitting on the ground.
Yeah, yeah, and it's all about where you're hiking, who you're hiking with, and what the environment's going to be. So, yeah, like I said, every idea for the camp is pretty much starts as the idea. What am I going to need to take? What am I going to cook with? What kind of stuff am I cooking? There's a video coming out, not next Thursday. Now, these were filmed before the accident, but the last camp that I filmed before the accident on May 5th, I was in BLM land out in Arizona, and I found a 30-foot saguaro cactus with multiple arms on it. And there was a stone fire ring that someone had made, and there was two trees that were Arizona trees, but they're just like bush-looking trees. And I found it, and I went, I think I'm going to come back here tomorrow and see if I can camp here. But I checked it all out, and I was like, yep, all right, I know what I'm doing. So I went back the next day, and I did not pull out my grill. I've got it's a bitty big Q. It's like a grill. It's expandable, and you just set it down and you put your steak on there. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to give it a try because it was kind of like a cowboy camp. And just throw my ribeye right in the hot coals. I did. And then I was like, kind of like the chuck wagons do. And I thought, oh, wait, chuck wagons probably have cast iron. But it worked out amazing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Straight on the coals, huh?
Straight on the coals. And when I flipped it, some of the coal embers were stuck to it, and I brushed them off. And, once it was done, I pulled it out of the fire, went over and cut it. And it was a perfect medium rare. It was very good, but you can hear the crunch of some of the wood ashes because I didn't get them all off, but it added to it.
You're making me hungry talking all this talk about food.
I know, right?
Oh man, so back to adventuring and stuff. What's been your you get how do you choose these areas? That's what I guess what I wanted to ask. How do you go about choosing the areas? You just drive, like you said, you just drive around, you see something, you're like, oh, I wonder if I can camp there.
Yeah, it does get harder and harder once you're in a specific area for a while. So I have revisited a couple areas just depending on the type of camp that I want to do, season, things like that. But I really it's a lot of scouting, a lot of driving. And the type of camping that I do is I don't generally go to a campground, though I have, but it's usually like a state park, like dispersed area. I've done a couple times. But generally just looking around while you're driving and scouting stuff, but you kind of get an eye for it. So once you do a stealth camp, you kind of always wonder if I can get in there and get out, just for an overnight. And so it gives you a little bit of a challenge, but with the challenge also comes, and can I have, what do I got to cook with? Depending on the temperature, how am I going to eat? Because I don't do, the meals anymore, just heat up the water and pour it in. I don't do that. However, Dutch wear gear, I do have their dehydrated hamburger and cheese. So I have done that already on a couple of them, just because you can't pack I have taken ribeye when it's warm. But I freeze it first and maybe cut it into chunks and then cook it a certain way. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I do when I'm taking the good food backpack, and I'll freeze what I want the next day, and then what I'm gonna fix in the morning I'll put in there. And usually the first night I usually just pick something up on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, what's your favorite backpacking meal? How's that one? I've got one.
My favorite backpacking. Well, it depends. I mean, do you want dehydrated or
dehydrated? Let's go with dehydrated bags that you can get.
Well, so far, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, it's been the most expensive meal I've gotten so far, but it's Luxfy. They have a pasta carbonara.
Okay.
It's probably been the best one that I've had so far. Now, the one that I'm going to keep getting every time, no matter what, it's going to be at least a few of them in my container. Is going to be that peach cobbler from Peak. Not going to lie.
Okay.
I ate that I ate that for breakfast with some coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, my go-to, my most favorite, it's going to probably surprise a lot of y'all, but Mountain House. Mountain House sometimes gets a bad rap, but their chicken and dumplings was my favorite, all-time favorite.
Yes, I had their chicken and dumplings maybe a month or two ago. My nephew got it for me for Christmas, and I'm going to tell you, it tastes like I made it. I was like, man, this is good chicken and dumplings. I'm like, I've got another one in there that I'm wanting to try that I got from them. It's Mountain House. It's the Korean inspired beef. Can't wait to try that one either. It's going to be, I think it's like a bulgogi flavored beef with, looks like it had some carrots and stuff in it.
Yeah. That one is good too. But like I said, my all-time favorite was the chicken and dumplings. Yeah. Delicious. Can't eat it anymore. Well, I can pick the chicken out, I guess.
We got someone new in here, it looks like. Mr. and Mrs. Stealth Camp Sweethearts. I've seen them a little bit here lately. I've seen their stuff. They've been doing some stealth camping.
They have.
And getting woken up in the middle of the night and stuff.
Right. Well, that windstorm that they just had when they did behind that drive-in movie screen, the wind picked up pretty strong there. It was good they got out of there.
So, man, on the horizon, any cool adventures you're gonna have coming out in the next several weeks?
Any what?
Any cool adventures that you ain't got to tell us any details that anything that you got coming out that that's going to be, man, you're going to like this.
Well, in 2 weeks at least I think y'all will really like it if you've never done or seen like a desert camp out in Arizona, but a hammock camp in Arizona, which is especially in the desert, there's nothing to hang on. But I found that great spot. That one's very cinematic because when I was doing we had a beautiful starred night. We had a moon set. We had a beautiful sunrise. When I say we, it means me and everybody that comes along and watches it. But I set the time lapse up so that when the sun's coming up in the morning, it heads right towards the arm of the saguaro cactus. Like I said, it's a 30-foot cactus. That one, they don't get their first arm until they're like 50 or 75 years old. And this one had multiple arms on it. It was just starting to flower. But that one's going to be a great camp. And I did did a little bit of rock hounding, and I found a really nice piece of quartz. And in that video, I said, all right, in the next, put down in the comment, I'll tell you at the end what to say if you want me to win that rock. And then after that, I had the accident. So I saved the rock. I found the rock in the car and was able to pack it and get it home. So, but I said in the next video, I'm going to pick a winner. But while I was driving the next day, thinking about that, when I was thinking of another place to camp, I'm like, well, that video is not going to come out for 5 more weeks. How am I going to pick someone in the comments? So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to pick anybody in the comments because the video hasn't even been shown yet. So I'm going to have to get a little bit more creative with it. I think what I'll do is I'll just pick somebody in the comments and then put out a little prize video for someone that did that. Oh, another thing, I redesigned a lot of my shirts. This is more along the lines of a national park emblem. So someone mentioned in the live that my wife and I did last Tuesday that, Tony, you should do some of your sayings. So I thought about it. I went, you know what? I ought to, because I always say, yeah, it is. So I got a shirt. So yeah, it is. One shirt just says yum. It doesn't, those ones don't have any association with my channel name. Just if somebody has the shirt, someone asks me, yeah, it is. What's that mean? They
kind of have to know. They just kind of have to know.
Yeah. And if somebody wants to wear it, not associate it, with anything about me, it's a good shirt, to do that. No, and I got one that says it just in the same format as it is. I don't have them up here. They just came today because I wanted to see how they look. And, but it just says squirrel. So that's a couple of the new releases. I think they are up on the YouTube now. So somebody did order one. I think I forget which one they ordered just the other day. So yeah.
I like the squirrel one. I might have to. You got your stuff on coffee cups too, don't you? You have your stuff on coffee. I did. It's getting ready to say.
Yeah. I didn't do any of those on coffee cups, but I mainly do like this size cup. So there's for Christmas I did the Random Randy. And then there's the ribeye one, but I didn't put any of these on those cups. But I did do the second annual creator meetup badge about Knoebels on the 23rd. But you can see, so there are some cups for that on there.
So meetup, man. Let's tell everybody. Let's talk about this meetup. I haven't got a chance to go to it. I'm not going to make it this weekend because it's my wife's birthday. So.
Yes. Well, it's also going to be cold.
It's cold and rainy. It's probably going to be cold and rainy like here.
It is, but we're all outdoor people, so we should be able to handle it. So last year was the when I had the idea a year before, so 2 years ago, I wanted to have a meetup for me at Knoebels Amusement Park because it's free to get in. It's free to park. So there's no cost to go to the park. I mean, if you want to ride a ride, then you pay for the individual rides that you want to ride. So I thought it'd be a great venue for subscribers, followers to come see me. But then when I got it set up the next year and was thinking about it more for the first annual, I thought, you know what? I knew there were so many other creators that were coming to see me I mean, from Florida, Alabama, Missouri, Virginia. I thought, you know what? Let's make it the spam. Hold on. so, so what I did is I decided I didn't want to make it about me. The more I thought about it, I would like Knobles because they have different days for different things. Like they got Armed Force Day, they got Boy Scout Day, Homeschool Day. I wanted to make it like the Creator Day, Creator, Follower, Subscriber, Meetup Day. And that was my thought. So I told everybody, I said, hey, if you're coming to see me and you do Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you do, if you create videos, tell people to come see you at Pavilion C. I rented the pavilion. It's free to rent if anybody's wondering, but I reserved a Pavilion C for, I think it was around 150 people. This year it's rented, secured. I didn't realize that it was 350 is the limit for that. So I told them 300 because we had such a good turnout last year. There was so many creators that came, but they were unsure about telling their followers. And people were commenting, oh, we're going to Tony Fest. So this year I made it a point to say, hey, it's not Tony Fest. If you enjoyed it last year and you may not have told your followers, you just weren't sure what it was going to be like, but do it this year. And because it's creator, it's just established by me. So I've got a big banner. Last year we had a banner, and people could sign the banner, put their stickers on it. And my idea was that one goes up, it's hung up. And then the next year, second annual, it's a new one. So this year we've got a bigger one going down that people that if they're just coming to see their favorite creator, they can sign it. And so both creators and subscribers can sign this big banner. And then next year, that one will go up alongside of the first annual. But it was established last year for the first annual. And so far, a lot more people are coming from what I understand. Yeah. Small Plots is going to be there this year. He wanted to make it last year. Sam Bananas is going to be there. Todd Champion's coming back up again this year. So I know I just spoke to Hammock Mountain. He's flying out tomorrow. Going to be there. So there's a lot of creators that are coming. 210 Outdoors is coming all the way over again this year. But yeah, a lot of people come. Yeah, I'd love to have you there. Show up. Maybe you can make it next year. So yeah, Memorial Day weekend every year.
Yeah, I wanted to try to make it this year, and then I seen my wife's birthday was right there on Memorial Day. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna fly this time.
No, nope, definitely not. Unless she wanted to come along.
She's cool to come along on some things, but if it's her birthday, she's definitely not gonna be cool to come.
Oh yeah, no.
But no, yeah, man. Yeah, I've never even I've never been, but so many of these people, especially it's in the comments here. We have Joe out there. We have
Joe came last year.
Yeah, we have Joe, and then we have I'm trying to remember. It's just in here. Can't remember. They were just in here now. I can't. Or Robbie, was Robbie there last year from I'm Lost Not Exploring? I don't know why I didn't think of that. My mind went blank. Robbie from I'm Not Lost, I'm Exploring.
Yes.
He's right up there. There's so many. I don't know how it is, but there's so many of you PA guys that I've gotten in contact with. I don't know how. Must just because from the I guess Maha. I guess when I done stuff at Maha and all that.
Yeah, it could be. I know. Too Much Gear guy was there. The Wandering Woodsman, he's coming again this year. Walter Zolna, the Feral Female. There's a lot that came from PA because it's in PA. But I also reached out to some of them because they were subscribed to my channel. Not all of them, but a lot of them were. Like Walter Zolna and the Wandering Woodsman, and reached out to them and said, "Hey, you guys, if you can make it, come." And I know there was a lot of
Shy Guy.
campers there.
Mr.
Yeah,
Mr. Shy Guy was there, and I know he's going to be there again. There's several of them that are going to be there. Like, and I watch all of these people, and they're like, "Oh, you need to come." Like, I've been trying to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Shy Guy, I met him last year. In fact, he was there very early in the day, and I was still getting set up and stuff. And he was shy, but we got a chance to talk. And that was before he started his channel. So there's a lot of collaboration that goes on between creators as well, and encouragement. And I know anyone that was nervous last year about coming because, hey, it was the first one, not knowing what to expect. But all those that had hesitation last year are more enthused to come this year. Coal Region Explorer, there was just so many. I can't even mention them all. And then a lot of subscribers, followers came too.
Mike, you're not the redheaded step cousin. Come on now. You just got to make it. You just got to make it up north, man. If your boss would ever let you off work, I mean, right? I swear, I don't think his boss will ever let him take off.
Yeah, is that Mike Hahn?
Yeah, Mike Hahn, Mr. Mike Conley. Yeah, I was gonna say, Mike, you need to link up with Stealth Camp Sweethearts. Tell me your names again. I don't know why my mind's going so blank tonight. I can't remember. Do you remember their names, Tony?
No, not. I'm terrible with names.
I'm pretty sure is her name Ashley. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, please. I feel so bad now if it's not Ashley. Oh, it is Ashley.
Yeah, good deal. I was going to say, I think so.
Hey, Mike, you got another Michael. Mike, see, you like them, Mike. They get out and do some. I don't know. You might not like getting woke up in the middle of the night. They done a pretty cool hammock camp. They've been up here. They've been to my back of the woods up here at Land Between the Lakes. I seen them come up here, I think. But yeah, man, if you ever can make it up here, let me know. If you ever make it to, well, I know you've made it through Kentucky. You stopped at, I'm pretty sure you stopped at Buc-ee's in Kentucky.
Oh yeah. That was, yeah. I've been to one in Kentucky, one in Alabama. Just passed one in Kentucky on my way home from as I was traveling back. In fact, I just went. I've been wanting to make a video because Land or Lake with Anthony and Rachel. He was my emergency room doctor, and they were just amazing and just really, really blessed me while I was stranded out in Texas at La Mesa after the accident, and they really, really blessed me. But yeah, go check their channel out. They've got an overlanding truck. They do some videos and stuff.
They got a nice rig.
Yeah. I've got a clip of him and I, talking there where my car was towed to get all my stuff out of it. So I had that footage. I had the rental guys footage and just some different footage. I wanted to put that together, but I just didn't know how. So I downloaded all that footage that I had and I was thinking upon it. And because I even have, I handed out the window while I was in the car. I wish I remembered her name, but the ambulance driver, one of the ones, she was actually the one driving. I said, "Could you film with my phone to the outside of my car, just walk down it and go around to the back a little bit?" So I have that footage of me sitting in the car. So I knew I wanted to use some of that stuff, but I just didn't know how to put it all together. So yesterday, after my eye appointment, I couldn't drive away because they dilated my eyes. So I thought, oh, well, I'm going to sit here for 2 hours. I might as well edit because I do all my editing on my phone. And so I edited all those clips and then rendered it. And then today I went by the lake and just talked, and I'll insert my talking parts in between those clips. I'm thinking I'm going to put that out maybe Sunday if I can get that done after the meetup.
Okay. So yeah, Mike, you got there, Northern Alabama. Same with you all, Mike and Ashley. If you ever make it to Kentucky, I know you said Land Between the Lakes is such an awesome area. I know some pretty awesome areas where I'm at over here. If you ever want to get to some more hidden areas where you're probably not going to see anybody, definitely ain't gonna get woke up in the middle of the night. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I need to come out there again. I want to do a camp in Kentucky. And so that was one of my plans on the way home from Texas before the accident. I was going to hit a couple different places because I came out Interstate 20 is the way it took me. And I was going to do some camps. But at that point, I was just anxious to get home for Mother's Day because I was alive, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay, man. So I think it's come to that time of the show. It is time for my favorite portion because I only put the questions out, and these fine people out there in the comment section get to pick them, and you get to answer them.
Okay.
I like to call it Woodall Trails Would You Rather.
Okay.
So we got our first question here, and it's going to be: would you rather find $100 bill on the trail or find a geocache with a cool surprise?
I've only geocached once. What could you buy with $100?
I'd buy a lot of ribeye.
I know, right? Yeah, I would probably do that because I had a lot of fun when I hung under the small wood down on Chokoloskee Island. That was an epic hang. It's an old museum, but she let me hang my hammock underneath of it, right on the island, underneath this, right near where a guy was murdered, like back in 1910. But dolphins were jumping and stuff. But I did go geocaching and saw some really cool stuff. And I think I would do the geocache.
I think I'd have to agree, man, because it's just kind of the mystery of what you're going to find there. Like, like it says, cool surprise. I mean, that could be something pretty cool, and who knows? That could be definitely. Cool. I mean, in the long run, that's definitely in the long run, it definitely be better than $100 bill.
Yeah.
I think Mike right there would agree with the geocache as well. Yeah. And Mike did say I want to do I'm working on it. I'm gonna try to get it together. I want to do try to get something together closer to HangCon, because it's so far for me to drive there and everything. I want to do one that's in the springtime. I want to try to do one up here, and it's going to be on the Cumberland River. Be kind of like the same. It's like a private campground area. I'm still trying to plan all this out, and we'll get with the campground owner over the summer. But basically, it's close to Cumberland Falls, so you can do any of the hikes around Cumberland Falls. He actually does kayaking too, so you can rent kayaks and kayak the river right there. And I mean, I'm gonna try to put it together. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to do it for it's the first weekend of spring. I'm gonna do it the first weekend of spring every year. I'm gonna try to start it next year and put it all together right now. So that's gonna be something that I love HangCon, and I think I know a lot of other people would love it too, just because of the experience. And Florida's just pretty far for some people.
Yeah. Like I said, anytime you can get any hang going on the East Coast, especially that area, because you can pull both from the north and the south.
Yeah, you can pull north, south, and then you can pull Midwest as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because out west there's not really a place to hang. Yeah.
But then we actually, you said creator meetup. We do one here in Kentucky. Us backpack creators. Well, we don't really backpack. You can do camping, backpacking, any type of creators and subscribers, anything like that. You do TikTok or anything like that. We do one in the gorge every year. Like we do it up there. Like this year, we went on and camped on top of Indian Staircase out there.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we do that every year. It's in the fall, and that's actually I want to say I think it's right around Michiligan. I think that's another one I want to try to make this year's is Michiligan. If you haven't heard of it,
yeah, Yeah, I'd like to get up to the lobster hang.
Is that the one in
of these
Maine?
days. Yeah, that's Maine.
When do they have that one?
I don't exactly remember where it's at, but I was talking to a guy about it, and he said, "Yeah, it's in a campground, and you can order lobster right there in the campground, and they cook it and bring it right to you." But yeah, it's
Sounds like
lobster.
that sounds kind of like my hang too.
Yeah.
Okay, man, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready for question 2 here?
Yep. Fire away.
Would you rather be really good at building campfires or really good at setting up shelters?
Mm. Well, I would say really good at making the fire, because that could be life or death. First thing. So it would be the fire. Yeah.
I think I would agree there too. I mean,
Yeah.
Shelter you can find. I mean, usually you can find an overhang or something like that. You can find something that'll keep you somewhat out of the elements. But any type of cold or anything like that, you need to have something to keep you warm.
Yeah.
Okay, man. So last and final question for the night.
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, I do 3. So, would you rather be able to talk to camp animals, so your squirrels, your rabbit, the animals that come around camp, or would you rather understand what the trees are saying? I know this is an out there question, but
no, that's a good one. I would say the trees, because they've been around a lot longer.
Wisdom.
Than just they've seen a lot. Yeah. You get to talk to a tree that's over 100 years old. You can ask him about all the animals.
Or he's going to scream or he's going to yell at you for hanging from his butt.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, we don't allow hammock campers. Sorry.
Aw. I say my strap's just giving you a big old hug. Right.
Oh man. So man, I want to thank you for getting on here tonight with me. It means a lot. Getting to know you better.
Absolutely.
We've talked a little bit here and there before, and
right.
I love getting to see you walk around with your camera at the hangs and everything. You just walk through and you just kind of just show everybody setups off, and I just really enjoy just even talking with you. Just always fun.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I really enjoyed getting invited to come on. So I was, when you reached out, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, this is very, very good.
Well, thank you, man.
And I can't wait to hang again with you.
Oh, me either, man. Like I said, I wish I could be up there this weekend, and I'm definitely going to look at the calendar next year, and I'm probably going to put it on there next year so that way she sees it and be like, okay.
Yeah. It'll be either an early birthday for her or make it extra special a little late. Right.
Yeah. Thinking maybe it'll be the Monday, so maybe I can get away with it. It's what I'm hoping.
There you go.
That's what I'm hoping for, but yeah, man. Guys, I want to thank you all out there in the comment section and YouTube land and everything for joining in tonight with us and listening to Tony talk about what he does and just enjoying our conversation back and forth about, what we love to do. We love to get out. We love to get outside, like he said, nature bathe. If you don't get outside, do it, guys. It can save your life. I'm just going to tell you, it's definitely saved mine. And guys, I want to tell you one more time. Let Tony tell you where you can find him at, and I'm sure all you out there probably know where you can find him at.
Yep, YouTube at Random Adventures 2.0. And if you get out and do a little adventure or anything like that, we are on Facebook as well. But there's a special Facebook page, which is Random Adventures 2.0 Family. And I encourage others to post on there and kind of keep the community going, either, whether you're a creator or just get out on an adventure. put some of your pictures up on there and let people know where you're at, where you've been, and let them see what they can't see. Because there is a lot of people that just don't have the ability any longer to get out, but
Yes.
certainly have the heart for it.
And they love watching. They just love watching other people get out there and seeing what, just watching. I mean, I even love rewatching my stuff just because, you get to relive what in the adventure. That's mainly one of the big reasons I like doing it, because I get to relive what I did.
Yeah, and then also your kids, and then eventually for you, maybe down the road a long ways, a grandkid. That's the whole reason I started my channel, was so that my grandkids would know me. Yeah.
Yep. It's currently kids,
11
but
under
I love
11.
it. Yeah, I love it I love taking my daughter, and hopefully one day I'll have either a grandson or a granddaughter or both that'll love to go out as well, because like you, I think I'm going to be doing this well into my retirement years.
Absolutely. That's what we certainly hope for.
Yes, sir. Well, man, thank you again for joining me tonight, and I hope this weekend you have a great meetup. I'm sure I'll see pictures and post all over Facebook about it. I'm gonna be kind of jealous for missing it, but I'll relive it through everybody else that posted it out there, and I'll definitely probably see some videos. And on that note, man, I want to thank you, and guys, thank you all again, and take it easy, man. And you adventurers, y'all just keep on adventuring.
Absolutely.
Good night.
Good night.